Hello and welcome back to Fire to Fork. It is really cold. Well, it's actually not that cold. It's probably like, I don't know, 7 or 8 degrees. But I'm a giant pansy because I live in WA, so I'm cold. Okay, what I've got here, and what we're doing tonight, is the boys from up north. Oh, it smells so good. The boys from up north, Nick and Dolphin, I gave them some gear, some Osprey gear, and I'm going to show them how to use it. We didn't get an opportunity to film all the episodes we wanted to film with them up there, so I've continued them down here. And the idea, like, it's exactly the same thing. They bring their gear with them, we're having one night away, and this is going to be the last episode with those two. But it's a cracker. We've got one beautiful piece of meat left from Rob's Craft Butchery. Actually, we've got a few bits left, but this is the one that I really wanted to cook with them. Oh, I've dirtied my hands. That was stupid. Hold on a second. What we're going to do is we're going to grab the big Osprey. Oh, so the boys are still actually on their way. They finished work at like 5 or something, and I do this, so I was able to come earlier and I got some stuff done, but it means I got the spot. So what we do, this is the large camp braai. This is actually my camp braai, not the boys, not Nick's. So throw this whole big lamb shoulder in here. That's a bone-in lamb shoulder. Put this, I'm going to close this onto the 3rd setting, so it's nice and that'll be plenty tight enough. It's quite a thick bit, it's probably 50 or 60 mil thick. And that should be good to go in front of the fire. Now, before we go and take this thing over to the fire, what I want to do is just quickly demonstrate how I'm going to do it. So, on the front of the Osprey, there are these little hooks, here and here. This is the Osprey camp braai, it's the large one. What you do is you hook it, not all the way at the top of the basket, you hook it about 2 or 3 rungs down. And the reason for that is so that the bottom isn't on the floor. If you hook it on the top, it will be on the floor. So very easy, just do it there. Super simple. There is actually a peg you can put in at the back if you need to, but in this case, totally fine, we don't need it. So let's go over to the fire. But before we do, just a reminder, my book is available for purchase now, and it's a ripper, 200 pages, 60 plus recipes, a serious labour of love. A recipe very similar to this is in it, but definitely not this. This will probably be in the next one. So, anyway, let's go over to the fire. Hey, bud. Oh, you smell, hey, no, stay there. All right. So as you can see, I've got a big fire going, and what we want to do here is find a spot that is a low heat. So a low heat, I define as kind of 5 to 8 seconds you can hold your hand there. That's getting pretty warm now, so there's probably about right. Bear in mind it's very cold out here, so usually that would be a little bit further from a fire. And that's it. Literally just put it there, and what we're going to do is we're going to wait till this gets to the correct internal temperature, which from memory is about 57 degrees. So we want to take it off at about 50, I don't know, probably 53 degrees, so it can rest. Although it is very cold, maybe we will go closer, like 55, because I don't think it's going to get much warmer while it's down here. Anyway, yep, that feels good. Bear in mind, it's a big piece of meat, so I'm probably going to leave this here for about an hour and a half. So, as I said, I'd take you through the little idiosyncrasies of these things. Now, one thing, this has been on for about an hour. The guys are 2 hours away total, so they're an hour away now. Basically, because of the fact that it's on an angle like that, what you actually, it's good to do a lot of the time, is flip the meat top to bottom in the actual Osprey. So flip it like that. Because what happens otherwise is the bottom cooks, because it's like angled like that, and the top never gets any heat. And you kind of get an uncooked top, and that's no good for anyone. So, as I said, these are just going to be taking you through like all the little details of how to do this. Also, should have actually mentioned this lamb is marinated in. I let Rob's Craft Butchery decide what to marinate it in because I literally haven't had a bad marinade or bad bit of meat from them. So it smells to me like mint sauce, garlic, rosemary, salt and pepper, which as far as I'm concerned is bloody good. I'm not going to use a sauce with this because it just doesn't need it. Like, just the smell of it is intoxicating. There we go. Good to go. All right, so something I actually forgot about. So we're going to be slightly overdue for dinner. It's all right, I have snacks. I forgot to do the potatoes. And the guys are probably 15 minutes away. This is not enough time to do potatoes. I want to be clear about that. Thankfully, I can just move that meat back. It can cook for as long as it wants, as long as it doesn't get above. The correct temperature is actually 58 degrees. Excuse my voice. Now, potatoes. Ordinarily, I would peel my potatoes, but the aforementioned rush means I'm going to compensate with unpeeled potatoes with more oil and more heat. And we're essentially going to deep fry these potatoes. All I do is chop them up and drop them in the camp oven. Now, also, if you're in a rush and you're cutting potatoes, the last thing you want to do is cut them large. You want to cut them small. So I am going kind of 1 centimetre by 1 centimetre roughly squares. And you want to do that consistently to adjust to the shape of the potato, if you like. So it's got a skinny bit. Oh shit. Don't look at a camera and not pay attention and cut your finger. That's what you shouldn't do. If you've got a skinny bit, don't cut it to 4, cut it into 2. Oh, bloody hell. It's not dripping yet. All right, so what we want is 1 layer of potatoes in the bottom of your camp oven. So I can probably do 1 more spot in there. If you do more than 1 layer of potatoes, it will take probably twice as long. So basically just don't overload your spuds. Don't go, 5 centimeters up or 2 inches up the bloody pot. Do it low. We're still good. We're a spud, Fred. See Fred's head. Wash my finger. Finger's pretty much clotted already, so that's good. Okay, so my GoPro sucks, but you can kind of get an idea. Not very deep at all. Now, what we want to do is put a heap of oil in there. As I said, we're going to compensate for time with oil. And oil is basically a really, really good heat transfer. So, a bit of oil in there. Which means, so you basically, to crisp skin, you need to remove moisture and to transfer heat effectively. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I am adding a lot of heat, and the way I'm adding heat is, number 1, through adding actual physical heat to the outside of the camp oven, and number 2, transferring the heat better. And then you dry the spuds and crisp the skin better by, again, using the oil. So oil is very, very good for crispy stuff, as we all know if we've ever eaten bloody chips. Okay, take over the fire. So you want a bit of a load of coals underneath, and because there's lots of oil, you want more coals than normal. So I can actually hear the guys driving in now, so they're very close. Now, a stand is really helpful here. Hold on. So what we want to do, put this little stand over here. We're actually going to start selling these. Well, I say we. I've helped the guys at Osprey to design a new one specifically to my designs. Hey, welcome to the video. And the reason you want to stand, particularly, come on, Fred. The reason you want one, particularly for this sort of situation, is it doesn't put the fire out. If you drop a camp oven straight on the fire, oi, Fred. Hey, steady, Fred. Hey, good boy, good boy. Okay, sorry, there's a bit of excitement going on behind me, but the reason you don't want it now is because if you drop the camp oven straight in the coals, it will smother it. If you lift it off a little bit, it won't smother it. That's the end of my story. Now, I still want most of the coals on top of the camp oven. So I'm going to do about 40, 60, 40%, 60%. All right, so that's roughly right, and we'll leave that for a bit. Say hi to everyone. I'll be back in a minute. All right, so the boys have arrived. Well, they have both arrived. Only one of them's right here, right now. So Dolphin's here.
It's 30 degrees colder than last time.
Yeah,
at least.
At least.
At least 30 degrees colder.
It is cold. But we are also giant pansies because we've just been up north. Like, you used to live in Melbourne and you were like, yeah, this is cool. And now, like,
yeah, let's go with that.
How are you coping?
It's freezing.
Yeah, it's bloody cold.
It's cold. I've got my fingerless gloves on, full Melbourne spec.
Yeah, that's proper latte art shit.
It's good.
All right, so Nick, the other Nick, who I call Werner, has brought his mini, like the travel braai, and what we're going to do is cook this on your fire pit. So the idea here is I want to show you more about how to use the fire pit. So I wouldn't ordinarily use a fire pit in like stupidly cold environments because it's not actually, like, they do a perfectly good job of like warming 2 people, but not the 6 we have here.
No.
No, like they're not up to the
No,
task.
it's not going to warm you up.
No. So let's get some mushrooms. I'm going to throw these in here. I want to do whole field mushrooms on your little fire pit.
No oil or anything, just put them in straight?
Now we're going to put oil in. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Put them in first, then oil them.
Yeah. Wait, how many do we have? We've got 2.
6 of us.
We've got 6 of us. I brought 5 mushrooms, so I've done well. Yep.
We can go picking.
Good, good, good. Off to a good start. I brought the wrong braai, so I was supposed to bring the actual full camp braai. Didn't do that. Fred's underneath us, being a pain in the ass. And I brought not enough mushrooms, but they're also pretty big mushrooms. We've got a fair bit of sides, so we'll be fine. All right, so I want to get you to just chuck on a little bit of, actually, can you chop up some garlic?
Sure, I can.
There's some garlic in there somewhere. There you go.
Beauty.
Chop up like maybe 2 cloves of that.
Yep.
I'll get this out of your way.
All good.
And I'm gonna go get some butter.
This is like the biggest clove of garlic I've ever chopped, I reckon.
It's gigantic, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Hey, bugger off, Fred. Now while Dolphin's doing that, I'm gonna chuck on a little bit of sriracha. So little ring of sriracha around each one. Oh, ripper.
It's 1 clove.
That was 1 clove?
That was 1
that
clove.
Was gigantic. Okay.
Has that done all of it?
1 gigantic clove of garlic, or like 3 or 4 normal cloves? That's actually done all of it. You maybe could go like 1.5, but to be honest, like that'll totally do a sriracha's pretty garlicky.
That's literally done it.
And then all you want is a little bit of butter in each one. You again don't skimp on butter. So slice it.
Ever.
Yeah, ever. Just as a general rule of cooking, butter is flavour. So just chuck some of those bits in. If in doubt, more butter.
Yeah. Yum. Got to make sure there's an even amount.
Yeah, just even it out.
Even amount of lots.
Yeah.
4
Has any
slices.
not got lots? Yeah, maybe that one.
That one's only got 3.
Let's go 4.
Oh, that one's only got 3 too.
3. So 4, and then 4 in that one.
Perfect.
Perfect. All right, great. These are going to take a little bit longer than the next ingredient, so we're going to throw these on now. We'll go over to your fire pit. There's only 2 settings on the little braai. Now, you don't have to do this on an Oz braai, but it makes life easier being able to carry around lots of things at once. So let's go chuck it on. Here you go. You take it. So we've got this set to the top settings. So there are 3 settings here, and I think let's just move that around a bit so it's even, because you can see all the heat's just coming out of one corner.
Yep.
So I'll grab the welding gloves. Let's pull that off. So for clarity also, we've only just lit this, so it's not going to be burning too evenly, because we haven't got a good base of coals in it, because the guys only just arrived and we basically just threw some coals from the main fire in and lit it. I will do a video on how to light these things properly, but this is not it.
And it's freezing.
I'm actually going to get another little scoop of coals to go in that corner there.
Yeah. Ooh.
Shit, got coals everywhere. We'll get rid of all these.
For the
Will
dogs.
the dogs step on them or we step on them?
Fred, out of here.
Okay, that's looking pretty even. Perfect. All right. Let's leave that for a bit and see how they're looking. In the interim, we'll go prep the other stuff. All right, so these have shriveled up quite nicely. And actually, one thing we did do, because it is chilly out, we put a bucket, like a stainless steel bucket over the top, and that worked really well to help them cook evenly. But they're looking pretty, whoa, look at all the juice. The juice.
The smell.
So what you'll know when they're cooked, when they start to have more juice in them than just the butter and the garlic and the whatever you put in them, so they actually fill up with juice when they're cooked. So broccolini we've got next. This does not need much. It's a very simple thing to cook. So usually I would throw this all in the large Osbraai, but I forgot to bring 2 large Osbraais, and I stupidly told one of the Nicks not to bring his large Osbraai as well as mine. So yeah, we're not going well in that perspective, but it'll be fine. Thankfully the pit braai is perfectly capable of doing this. Bit of olive oil. Burning my crotch. Going well. And then you actually want a little bit of water on here and a little bit of salt and pepper. So there's a pepper next to you, and I'll get the sprayer. You obviously don't need to use a tap, but you kind of want to steam them. I don't know if the camera can even see us now, but
Good smell though.
the smell's good.
Good char.
It's going to taste good. It looks very dramatic, but it's not. So you want oil and water, which I'm aware is usually not a good combination for cooking, but it works, trust me. Yep, looking good. So you want to stack them up a little bit, let them steam, let them fry, and probably 3-4 minutes, they're all good. Leave them to it. All right, let's get all the good shit off the little fire pit. So we ended up actually just leaving these on top to steam for a little bit. We waited for the spuds to be fully done. Oh, actually, we're missing the main event. Do you want to go and grab the lamp?
Sure can.
Cool. In the interim, I might just start serving this stuff up. So, got spuds, we have broccolini. Let's just be selfish. We'll do the two of us now. We'll do the rest in a sec.
Whoa. Where do you want the
Oh,
piece
these
de
spuds
resistance?
look so good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A little bit of green shit. The shroom there. Shroom here. Woo! Oh my god, that looks so good. Yes.
That is a good piece of meat.
I did check the internal temperature of this. It's cooked. It's cooked perfectly. You can see it's pink in the middle. Oh yes. What are the dogs doing? Going nuts for like
The dogs
drips.
are sniffing.
So good.
They're ready.
All right. All right. And then some crispy stuff, some crispy potatoes. That's delicious. Looking.
Bit of oil in
I
there.
don't know, it might be crap.
I doubt it. Looks pretty good.
Gonna pick yourself some lamb.
Put some on there. Is it beautiful? Blushing.
Yeah. It's definitely not overdone. It's definitely not underdone. So.
No. I'd be very happy with this.
All right. I don't have a knife and fork on me, but I think I'm just gonna give it a go. Oh, that lamb is so good. I'm gonna try each individual bit.
Lamb's got smoke through
Potatoes
it.
need a little bit of salt.
There's nothing better than camp oven roast potatoes, though.
I think broccoli is actually underdone, but that's my bad. And a little bit of potato, mushroom. Yeah. I probably put too much sriracha in that one, but it's really good.
I got the right amount of sriracha. That's such a little hack.
Isn't it? A little bit of
Wow,
sriracha
that
in there.
tastes so good.
It's got like honestly, that's probably the most flavoursome
Heaps of flavour.
thing on the plate.
Obviously, butter helped too.
Yeah, butter.
But yeah, that's really
good,
simple
isn't
and easy and delicious. I like the heat from it too.
All
Adds
right.
a different element.
I'm going to do some semi-eaten, honestly pretty crap gratuitous B-roll. I'm going well. Because, look, I'm going to do it anyway. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to exit on the gratuitous B-roll because it's going to be semi-eaten, kind of hackly put together. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.
See you guys. Of course, you hear licking fingers.
Right.